Well, welcome back to OOTP 26 Baseball. I am Wayne Albright, and I am going to continue reimagining the 2025 playoffs. And I am now in the World Series, best of seven. And on this late evening, plan on playing Game 3 of that series between the Cleveland Guardians and the San Diego Padres. You can see the playoff tree on the screen and where we've come from and where we are now. San Diego had a path through Chicago, Milwaukee, and Cincinnati to get to the World Series. And the Guardians had a path through Detroit, Seattle, and Toronto to get to the World Series. Well, right now we are in Game 3, and the Guardians do need to win this game, or this series will likely get away from them. They trail the series 2-0, and it is time to play that Game 3, and we will go out to the field here. I'm excited to see how this turns out. Maybe the fortunes will change a little bit for the Guardians now that they're home after the 2 games out in San Diego. We are at Progressive Field for a night game, late October. I believe the game day is October 27th. It is clear. It's a cool night with wind blowing out to left field at 11 miles an hour. Maybe we'll have some home runs with the wind blowing out, but it's pretty dense air at 42 degrees and getting cooler, so that may be a limiting factor. I will control, as usual, through this series of games that I've had in the playoffs, the defensive strategies and substitutions. The computer comes up with an initial defense, and I may or may not agree with that, so I go in and change it, and the pitching and batting substitution and even fielding. I will do that. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work to benefit a team, or it backfires. And there was 1 or 2 events in this World Series where my decision to substitute in the bullpen especially came back to backfire. So we will see if that is the case in this game. We have the San Diego lineup on the left. So leading off for the Padres here in Game 3 will be Fernando Tatis. He'll play right field. Batting second, Jake Cronenworth, the first baseman. Batting third, Manny Machado, the third baseman. Batting fourth, Jackson Merrill, the center fielder. Ramon Laureano, the left fielder, bats fifth. Ryan O'Hearn, the DH, will bat sixth. Xander Bogaerts batting seventh and playing second base. Freddie Fermin catching and batting eighth. And Jose Iglesias will be the shortstop and bat ninth. Michael King is on the mound for the Padres. He is a right-handed pitcher, 5-3 during the season, 3.44 ERA. Let's see what he's done so far in the playoffs. He has a 1-0 record in 4 games pitched. For the homestanding Cleveland Guardians, looks like they've shook up. They made a shake-up in the lineup. I don't know the proper term here. They've changed the lineup a little bit. They've moved Brian Rocchio to lead off, and he plays second base, trying to get a little more offense. Petey Halpin will play center field and bats second. Jose Ramirez, the third baseman, bats third. Kyle Manzardo, who has cooled off after really hitting the ball well in the Toronto series, is playing first base and bats fourth. Jonathan Rodriguez, the DH, bats fifth. Daniel Schneemann, the right fielder, bats sixth. Bo Naylor will catch and bat seventh. Gabriel Arraez will play shortstop and bat eighth. And Stephen Kwan, the left fielder, will bat ninth instead of leading off. So a little bit of adjustment here for the Guardians here in Game 3. The starting pitcher for the Guardians is Joey Cantillo. 34 games, 5-3 record with a 3.21 ERA during the season. And in the playoffs, he's 0-1. He lost his last game in Toronto, or playing Toronto, or facing Toronto, 5-3. His ERA is pretty good in the playoffs. He had a little rougher game in that game against Toronto. So the left-hander will start for the Guardians, and we will head out to the field now and get this thing started and try to get this World Series completed We'll see if the Guardians can put up a fight here and make it a series, because if Padres win and go up 3-0, it's going to be very, very difficult. So here we go. Out to Progressive Field, and the defensive alignment is on the screen for the Guardians. From left to right in the outfield, Stephen Kwan, Halpin, and Schneemann. In the infield, Ramirez at third, Reyes at short, Rocchio at second, Manzardo at first. Catching is Bo Naylor, and the starting pitcher is Joey Cantillo, the left-hander. And leading off for San Diego is Fernando Tatis, batting .173, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. When they moved him down in the batting order a few games ago, he didn't really hit anything. So it really has, and they replaced him with Laureano. Laureano didn't really hit anything, so they went back to putting Tatis at the top of the order. So we'll see how this goes, as the first pitches will be on the screen at the top here, where my mouse is. We will have a fly-in, and then we will get on with this game. The Padres, in a way, brown, or the darker tops, and Cleveland will be in the home white. And it will be a full count pitch to start this game to Tatis from Cantillo. And here it is. Strike three looking. So a changeup to start this game with a strikeout. So Tatis is the first out. Batting second, Jake Cronenworth, batting .317 in the playoffs. No home runs and 1 RBI. 1.38 ERA. It's pretty good for Cantillo in his starts in the playoffs, even though he has an 0-1 record. He's walked 12, now struck out 10. And here's another full count, so the pitch count is up a little bit. And he struck him out looking on a fastball, so that's 2 outs. So even though the high pitch count to 2 batters, he still manages to get 2 outs with strikeouts. And here's Machado, who has really been a key hitter. He's up to .309, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs. He did homer in game... No, he did not. He did not homer in game 2. I think he homered in game 1. If I look back at my sheet here, yes, he did. So he has 5 home runs, 15 RBIs. He even has a stolen base. So now 2 outs, top of the first, as we get started here in Cleveland. And a 3-1 pitch. And that's lined into center field, and that will be a base hit. So a 2-out single for Machado puts him at first with 2 outs, and Merrill will bat, the center fielder who bats left-handed. Merrill is batting .218, a home run, 7 RBIs, 2 stolen bases in the playoffs. Machado at first, most likely not a steal threat at this point in his career. He will not be held at first. And a 2-2 pitch. He holds, and a strikeout, and that's the 3rd out. Got him on a slider, so 3 strikeouts as the Padres do manage a base runner on a base hit. Cleveland will come up first for the first time here in the bottom of the first. And Brayan Rocchio will lead off here in Game 3 instead of Kwan. Batting .333 with no home runs and 4 RBIs, the switch-hitting second baseman. Facing Michael King with a 6.07 ERA. He has a 1-0 record with 13 innings pitched in the playoffs. And here's a 3-1 pitch. Infield, outfield normal for the Padres. And that's outside, so he leads off with a walk. Fastball misses, so a base runner for the Padres. And stepping up will be Halpin. Left-handed batting center fielder, .316 batting average. He does have a home run and an RBI. So Rocchio leads off first with a 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. King got him on a changeup, and that's the first out on the outside corner. And here's Ramirez, always a key player. Ramirez, .276 batting average, 2 home runs, 8 RBI in the playoffs, and Rocchio's still at first. And here's a 2-2 pitch, lined into right field. Going back on it a little bit is Tatis. He'll grab it, and that's the 2nd out. So right before the warning track, and that's the 2nd out. And Manzardo will bat. He's down to 273, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. He was hitting over 300 a few games ago. Has been a little bit of a slump in this series. So 2 outs, Rocchio at first. A 1-ball, no-strike pitch. Rocchio holds, and it's popped in the... Oh, it's popped out off first base in foul territory, and that'll be the 3rd out. As Cronenworth comes over and grabs it. So a walk is left at first. Otherwise, 3 outs. And he's the only one left on base. So 1 inning complete, and there's no score. Laureano, O'Hearn, and Bogarts will bat. Laureano is batting .250, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. He has 2 stolen bases. The Padres have run a little more in the playoffs overall than the Guardians. So quite a few of the Padres have multiple stolen bases. Something to watch for in the game. 3-1 pitch. They haven't been afraid of being aggressive. And that's a walk on the inside corner. So Laureano will lead off the 2nd inning with a walk, and here comes O'Hearn. Batting .289, 2 home runs, and 5 RBIs. I believe he did. Let's see, did he homer in the last game? No, he doubled in 2 runs, though. And he homered in game 1. So Laureano at first, a stolen base threat, as he has 2 in the playoffs so far. And here's O'Hearn against the left-hander. Left-handed batting, O'Hearn with the first pitch. And there goes Laureano. And the throw by Naylor will be late, and that'll be the 3rd stolen base for Laureano in these playoffs. So I told you they've been running more so than the Guardians. So leadoff base runner is now at 2nd with O'Hearn facing Cantillo with a 3-1 pitch coming. And that's a walk on the outside corner. So Cantillo can't find the plate. And 1st and 2nd, nobody out. And here's Bogarts, the shortstop. Or no, he's playing second base. 192 batting average, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. A little trouble here for Cantillo in the 2nd inning. This is what he ran into against Toronto in his last start. A 1-2 pitch to Bogarts. Grounded to 2nd. Rocchio will go to 1st and get the out. So a fielder's choice, 4-3, and that'll move the runners up to 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And here's Freddie Furman, and he's really been a key hitter in these playoffs. 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. He's hitting just under 400. He homered in the last game, in game 2. So Cleveland playing... what do we want to play? Let's see. The outfield shallow, which is ridiculous. Let's see. We'll put 3rd in case. Okay. So Furman is up with a 2-2 pitch from Cantillo. And that's lined into center. Halpin will grab it. And it's not too deep, so they will hold the runner at 3rd. So now there's 2 outs. So not deep enough for Furman to drive in the run. And Cantillo has a chance to get out of this inning with Iglesias batting. 308. No home runs and 1 RBI. So 2 outs, 2 on here in the top of the 2nd. And a full count. And that will load the bases. His 3rd walk of this inning, 3rd walk of the game for Cantillo, and he's got to face Tatis now, who struck out his first time. So this is a big point of the game so far. Here in the top of the 2nd, as San Diego tries to draw the first score. And a full count coming. He has no place to put him. And that's lined to center. Here comes Halpin, and he will make the catch. And that'll be the 3rd out. So Cantillo works out of it. 3 walks, left stranded on base, and the bottom of the 2nd coming up of no score in game 2. It'll be Rodriguez, Schneemann, and Naylor to face Michael King .250 batter is Rodriguez, but he has 3 home runs and 6 RBI in this series. In the playoffs, he's hit quite a few doubles too. And here's a 2-2 pitch from King. Struck him out. He tried to hold it and he could not. So 1 out. 1 out. And here's Schneemann, the right fielder, batting left-handed, .205 batter, 1 home run, 2 RBI. The bottom of the order is very weak with batting average, .205 batting average here. So from the 5th batter, 6, 7, 8, and 9, they're barely hitting 200. So that's what's been the problem here of late. They have not really had a lot of contribution. So here's King with a full count to Schneemann. They've got to wake up. And there's a strikeout. That's 2 outs. That's why Kwan was moved down. He wasn't really getting on base, so he's not going to bat leadoff. So 2 outs here, Bo Naylor, batting .192 with an RBI. And a 1-1 pitch. And that's grounded to short, not too hard. Coming up with it is Iglesias. He'll make the play, and that'll be the 3rd out. So 1, 2, 3 inning, and 2 innings are in the book here in Cleveland in a late evening game, and the score is 0-0. Cantillo facing Cronenworth, Machado, and Merrill here in the top of the 3rd. He had a rough inning in the 2nd, walking the bases loaded. 1-2 pitch. Grounded sharply past first base into right field. That will be a base hit. That will be the 2nd hit for the Padres, and a leadoff runner on first for Manny Machado. He singled his last time. He's batting over .320. Cronenworth held at first. And a 2-strike pitch to Machado. Oh, he struck him out on a changeup looking, and that's 1 out. That's a big out, getting him out. So Cantillo comes up with a big pitch there. And Merrill steps in, left-handed batting center fielder. He is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time. So Cronenworth at first. See how aggressive they are. 1-2 pitch. He holds. And strikeout number 2 in this inning. And Merrill has struck out twice. So 2 outs. The single still has a base runner at first in Cronenworth. And here's Laureano. He walked and stole a base his first time. So 2 outs and a 2-0 pitch. That's lined to left. Incoming is Kwan, and that'll be the 3rd out. So the base hit to lead off the inning is stranded at first. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning with no score. So here we go. Arraez, Kwan, and Rocchio to bat. Need base runners. So here's Michael King. All he's done is he's walked 1 and struck out 3. He's 1 over the minimum in 2 innings. Not really a big deal, but not really a threat for Cleveland so far. And here's the first pitch. That's grounded to short. Iglesias will make the play to first, and that's the 1st out. So here's Kwan. Left-handed batting left fielder, batting .217. No home run, 2 RBI in the playoffs. The left-handed batter, and a 3-1 pitch from King, and that's outside, so he walks. So they swapped, or they moved Kwan down, and he walks, and they put Rocchio at the top of the order, and he walked. They're the only 2 base runners so far. So Kwan at first has a little bit of speed. See how aggressive he is. He has no stolen bases so far in the playoffs. And here's Rocchio, who walked his first time. 2 strikes. Oh, he gets hit. A hit by pitch. And I don't know if we've had one of those in a while. That's kind of unusual to not have one. But there it is. OOTP. Doesn't go too many games without having a hit by a pitch. So Halpin will step up with 2 on and 1 out. Struck out his first time. So a little bit of trouble here of his own doing. Walk and a hit batsman. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and tries to bunt, and that was unsuccessful. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Quan at second, Rocchio at first. 2-2 pitch, struck him out. King comes through with a big strikeout. It's the second time for Halpin. That is number 4 for King. So Ramirez, who can come up with some key hits when they're needed, this is the time that they should count on him to have one. They need him to do something. 2-2 pitch, struck him out. That is a huge strikeout for King. So 2 base runners are left and no score. So 3 innings are complete and we still have no score here in Cleveland. Game 3. Padres up 2-0. And Ryan O'Hearn will step in here in the top of the 4th. Bogarts and Furman to bat afterwards. So here's Cantillo. Had a troublesome second. Got it back together in the 3rd. Here's a 3-2 pitch. He struck him out on a curveball, so that's a 1 out. So a little better. Settled in a little bit. The game could have gotten out of hand there in the 2nd, but it did not. And here's Bogarts. Bogarts is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time. And a 1-2 pitch. Grounded to 3rd weakly. Ramirez has to hurry, and he does make the play. So 2 outs. And here's Freddie Furman. He is 0 for 1. He flew out to center field. So 2 outs. Top of the 4th. 1-1 pitch from Cantillo. And that's popped outside of 3rd, and Ramirez goes back to the outfield grass and grabs it, and that's the 3rd out. So 1-2-3 here in the top of the 4th, and we're still scoreless. Michael King back to the mound. He's walked 2, struck out 5, no hits so far for the Guardians. Manzardo, Rodriguez, and Schneemann will bat. Manzardo leads off. He popped to the first baseman in foul territory the first time. And a 2-1 pitch to Manzardo. And that's lined up the middle, and that will be a base hit for Manzardo. So a leadoff runner is aboard. And here's Rodriguez. Are they going to get to King here in the top of the bottom of the 4th inning? 0 for 1 is Rodriguez. He struck out. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out again on a fastball. And that's 1 out. Manzardo at first. They will not hold him this time. And Schneemann will bat. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time. 1-2 pitch. That's lined into left center field. And that will drop. It will go all the way to the wall. Getting it is Laureano. He will get it back in and hold Manzardo at 3rd. And now a double puts runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out for the Guardians. And Bo Naylor will bat. So a big hit there by Schneemann. He stands at 2nd. And Manzardo is at 3rd. And the infield is in for San Diego. I think that's probably okay. So we're in the middle innings and a tight game. So they're going to play the percentages here. 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. Can Naylor come through? 1-2 pitch. Struck him out on a slider, and that's the 2nd out. Guardians cannot get that key hit in these playoffs, or in this series. So 2 outs. Infield will pull back now as Reyes will bat. The bottom of the order has just not hit well. And Reyes needs to come through here. 2 on, 2 out. 3 balls, no strikes. That is lined up the middle. That will be a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the 2nd one. And the Guardians do manage to get that key hit and go up 2-0 here in Game 3. So an RBI, a 2 RBI single, knocks in Manzardo, and Schneemann followed right behind him. And the Guardians finally get a big hit in this series and lead for the first time, I believe, in this series. Let's see if I'm right. I'm going to go back here. Yes, for the first time in this series, they lead 2-0. And here's Quan to bat. He walked his first time. 3-0 pitch, he will walk again. So the inning may not be done yet for the Guardians, trying to tack on more. They know San Diego can score a lot of runs. They've scored quite a few so far in this series. So here is the top of the order. Rocchio, he has been hit by a pitch, and he has walked. 2 on, 2 outs. King trying to get out of this inning without any further damage. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Rocchio goes down. He struck him out on a slider. The Cleveland Guardians do manage 2 runs on 3 hits, and they leave 2 on base. So after 4, Cleveland 2, San Diego nothing. Here is Cantillo to face Iglesias. And then the top of the order, Tatis and Cronenworth here in the top of the 5th. Iglesias walked his first time, and here's a 1-strike pitch. Ground ball to third. Oh, it gets by Ramirez for a base hit. So a base hit to lead this inning off. And here's Tatis. How much longer will they go with Cantillo here? Top of the order, 0 for 2 is Tatis with Iglesias at first. Are they going to be aggressive, down 2-0, and send the runner? Full count. No, they do not. And he strikes him out. Second time Tatis has struck out, and that's the first out of this inning, and Cronenworth will bat. Jake Cronenworth to face Cantillo here in the top of the 5th. 1 out, 1 on. 2 balls, no strikes. There he goes. And Naylor will be late with the throw, and another stolen base for San Diego. Will put Iglesias at second and get rid of the double play opportunity and put a runner at second base in scoring position. So can Cronenworth cut this lead down, or this deficit down? 2-2 pitch. He struck him out. Cantillo gets through with a changeup. So 2 outs, runner at second, up 2-0. Will they keep Cantillo in the game as he faces Machado? Let's see. They're going to make a pitching change. They're going to go with Nick Enright to come in to pitch. So Cantillo will be done. He will not face Machado. Let's see if that backfires or not, or if it was the right move. Enright will come in to pitch, the right-hander. All right, let me see my little chart here. Where is it? Let's see. Enright. All right. So Cantillo faced 20 batters. He can win this game because he will leave with just the base runner on board, and their Guardians are leading. Enright's job is to get out of this inning, get Machado, and keep this lead at 2-0. So 2 outs. Machado is up. He is 1 for 2 against and he faces Enright here in the top of the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield, infield playing normal. Here's Enright. That is grounded sharply to short. The play is made by Arraez, and he will get the out. So Enright comes in, does his job. Strands Iglesias at second, and we're in the middle of the 5th inning, and Cleveland does lead 2-0. So here's Michael King. He faces Halpin, Ramirez, Manzardo, trailing 2-0. Halpin is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. And here's the first pitch. That's lined into center, but barely moving is Merrill. He drifted to his right. And that's the first out. So here's Ramirez. Didn't come through when he had an opportunity back in the third inning. So let's see what he can do here. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out and flied out. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to first. Picking it up is Cronenworth. He will make the out unassisted, and that's the second out. Manzardo singled and scored his last time. He popped in foul ground off first base his first time up. 2-0 Cleveland, bottom of the fifth. With the first pitch now to Manzardo. That's flied out to center. Merrill comes in, and that will be the third out. So 1-2-3 for King here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Cleveland 2, San Diego 0 as we head to the sixth. So Merrill will lead off. Laureano and O'Hearn to bat. Enright on the mound. Merrill is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. 1-2 pitch from Enright. Got him. Chased a bad pitch, fastball, and he has struck out 3 times now. So here's Laureano. He is 0 for 1. He has walked. He has stolen a base. 1-2 pitch. That is popped in the infield near second base, and Rocchio will catch it, and that's the second out. Ryan O'Hearn, 0 for 1. He has walked. So 2 outs for Enright here in the top of the sixth inning. 1-1 pitch. Grounded sharply to first. Oh, a nice play at first by Manzardo near the line, and that'll be the third out. So 1-2-3 in the top of the sixth inning go the Padres, and we remain 2-0 Cleveland. Michael King, and it's Jonathan Rodriguez, Schneemann, and Naylor. So here's King to face Rodriguez. He has struck him out twice. 1-2 pitch. Lined over the third baseman for a base hit down the left field line, and Rodriguez will end up at first base with a single. And that might be it for King at 94 pitches, with Schneemann, Naylor coming up as left-handed batters. So Michael King will come out of the game here in the bottom of the sixth inning. So 5 innings of work and 23 batters. And the Padres will go to the bullpen. And they have a plethora, I like that word, of left-handers. And let's see which one they'll go with. I bet you they go with, we're going to go with Wandy Peralta. Wandy Peralta will come in. Left-hander. Let's see what he is. He's probably a typical 4-1. Let's see. Yep. All right, his job is to get Schneemann here, the left-handed batter, first right fielder. Let's see what he is in the playoffs. He has an 0-1 record and just below 1.5 ERA, I would suspect. 1.42 to be exact. So Schneemann to bat. I don't know if they'll go to a pinch hitter here. It's a little early, bottom of the sixth. They do have Jonxe Noel Can he play first? Can he play right field? Yeah, he can play right field. Interesting. They're up 2-0. Who's the better defender? Definitely Schneemann, so they're going to keep him in right now. Nobody out. Base runner at first. Facing Peralta. 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored for Schneemann. 2-2 pitch. That is grounded up the middle when a base hit. And going to third, is he going to make it? He will make it. So Rodriguez takes advantage and heads to third on an aggressive base running for Rodriguez, and first and third and nobody out as the Cleveland Guardians try to tack on to their 2-0 lead. And here's Bo Naylor. What do? They can't afford. Oh my. Well, they brought the third baseman in. Okay. All right. They're going to play for a double play. Nobody out. 0 for 2 is Naylor. They could put in Hedges. All right. Here we go. First pitch. There goes Schneemann. And he steals second. So, second and third and nobody out, and that will change the equation, I think, and that will pull the infield in, which is what the computer decided to do. So nobody out with Bo Naylor now with second and third. 2 balls, 1 strike. The rally horn is off. There's a high drive to center field. Over to his right is Merrill. And here comes Rodriguez on the sacrifice fly to make it 3-0. Sacrifice fly RBI for Bo Naylor. Schneemann will stay at second, and it's now 3-0 Cleveland. Arraez will bat, and then Kwan to follow. 2 RBI single for Arraez his last time. So they're going to try and add some more runs here with a base runner at second, and a 2-2 pitch coming from Peralta. He struck him out looking on a fastball, and that's the second out. So here's Kwan, the left fielder. 2 outs, 3-0 game. 2 walks for Kwan. 1-2 pitch. That's grounded to second. Coming up with it is Bogaerts. He will go to first, and that will be the end of the inning. But Cleveland does manage to tack on 1 run on 2 hits. They got the run on a sacrifice fly. And after 6, it is Cleveland 3 and San Diego nothing. So now it's going to be Enright will be gone. He will be taken out as Cleveland tries to go with their rotation now that worked for them during the Toronto series but has not been as good from the bullpen in this series. So they'll go back to it, and they're going to bring in against Bogaerts, Furman, and Iglesias. They're going to start with Junis this time. So Jacob Junis will come in to pitch. So 1 1/3 for Enright, and 5 2/3 for him, for Cantillo. So the right-hander Junis will pitch. Let's see what he is. He's probably the typical 4-1. He's 5-1 actually. 5 batters, 1 inning. So he'll face Bogaerts, who is 0 for 2. Here in the top of the 7th as San Diego tries to get back into this game. We'll see if Cleveland's bullpen is back to being as sharp as they were against Toronto. They're going to need to be to hang on to this win, for this win. And here's a 1-strike pitch to Bogaerts. That's lined to left, and there's a base hit. So a base hit for Bogaerts starts things off here in the top of the 7th inning. Freddie Furman 0 for 2 will bat. Bogaerts at first. I doubt if he's going to steal, down 3-0. They'll hold him anyway. And the first pitch, oh, there he goes. Bogaerts does run, and he steals second base. Oh, what a surprise. But I did say earlier in the game they are a very aggressive base running team, and they did it again. So, Bogaerts is now at second. That is his fourth stolen base of the playoffs. And that is the third stolen base of this game for San Diego. So, nobody out. Runner at second for Furman. 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. Can't come up with the key hit in this game. He's 0 for 3. So here's Iglesias. He has singled, stole a base, and he has walked. Base runner at second is Bogaerts. Trailing 3-1 are the Padres. And here's Junis with a 3-1 pitch. And that's outside. That's ball 4. And he'll walk a second time. And now the top of the order, Fernando Tatis will bat. So a little bit of trouble here for Junis. 0 for 3 is Tatis here in the top of the 7th. Padres don't seem to want to go quietly in this game, so we might have some fireworks here before this one's over. Full count. That's lined out to left, hit sharply, but right at Quan. And that'll be the second out. So he yanked it to left field pretty hard, but it didn't do anything more than get caught by Quan. So 2 outs, and here's Cronenworth. He is 1 for 3. He has struck out twice. 2 base runners on, 2 outs, top of the 7th. 1 ball, no strike. 2, Cronenworth, and he will line it to center, and it will drop for a base hit. And here comes Bogaerts, and it will cut off. They try to get him at third, and he is out. But the run will count. The run will count. And we head to the 7th inning stretch. 3-1. Cleveland. All right, so we're back after the 7th inning stretch. I'm going to go review this play that ended the top of the 7th and see what happened. So it was a single, I know. Runner on third, save. Throw by center fielder for the trailing runner out at third, and it's an 8-3 to 5. Put out, and that ends the inning. But the Padres did manage a run in that inning, or that half of the inning. So it is now 3-1, heading to the bottom of the 7th. And Peralta will face Rocchio, Halpin, and Ramirez, and he won't face them. He will leave this game after 1 inning of work. So Peralta will be gone. Faced 5 batters, and they will go to the bullpen. They do have quite a few left-handers, and they will go for another one. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Matsui, Cortez, or Morjan. We'll say Morjan. Matsui will pitch. So Matsui will come in. The left-hander. He is trying to find him on my thing here. Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. All right, 4-1. Okay. All right. We go to the bottom of the 7th. And it will be the top of the order. Rocchio, the switch hitter, turns around to the right side. Then Halpin, and then Ramirez. Up 3-1. 0 for 1 is Rocchio. He's been hit by a pitch and he's walked. Here's a full count from Matsui. And he walked him. It's outside. So a base runner with nobody out, and here's Halpin. Let's see if they play a little old school here and bunt him over. Here's the first pitch. He does not. He lines it into right field for a base hit. Rocchio rounds second. He will go to third. Here's the throw. And he is safe. So, first to third on that play, and a single for Halpin puts him at first and third with nobody out. And here's Ramirez with a chance to break this game open. Matsui trying to get Ramirez here. They pull the infield in. This is time for a key hit here. Full count. Oh, he popped it into foul territory, and Machado will grab it, and that's the first out. So Ramirez does not come through, and here's Manzardo. Manzardo with the bases loaded, or with the infield in, not the bases loaded. Infield in. First and third. They're holding Halpin at first. One out. They could go with a pinch hitter. Let's see. They have Noel on the bench. They have Martinez on the bench. They're going to stick with Manzardo. All right, here we go. 2-1 pitch. That is lined in the middle to a base hit. Manzardo drives in the run, and to third base goes Halpin, and he will end up there, first and third, with one out and a run in. So Rocchio scores. Manzardo drives in the fourth run for the Guardians, and they just replace base runners at first and third. And here's Rodriguez. And the infield will play in. Oh, wait a minute. I think they're playing double. Yeah, they're playing. Yeah, okay. Oh, all right. They're playing corners in. 4-1. They're going to bring the infield in. All right. Matsui. He's faced his 3 batters. So he's faced 4, actually. Do they go to the bullpen? Estrada, Jason Adams. They've got this guy to face Rodriguez. Could be a Rodriguez facing a Rodriguez. Oh, that's cool. They're going to go with the bullpen. They're going to bring in Rodriguez to pitch. So the right-hander will come in to face Rodriguez. And the pitcher's name is Rodriguez. So 1/3 of an inning for Matsui. Faced 4 batters. And they'll bring in the right-hander to face the other Rodriguez. So infield is in. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A run is already in for the Guardians. Trying to break this game open. First pitch. It gets past the catcher and goes all the way to the fence, and that will be a pass ball, wild pitch. So a wild pitch leads to a run, and Cleveland now has 5 runs, and on the play, Manzardo goes to second. So Rodriguez, wild pitch, leads to a run, and 1 out. Now Manzardo's at second. The infield is playing normal now. Full count. Struck him out on the inside corner with a changeup, and that's the second out. 3rd time he struck out in this game. And now Schneemann will bat. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored and a stolen base. So 2 outs. Manzardo at second. That would be a nice run to get more runs ahead. 1 ball, no strikes. That is lined to center. It's second base. Okay. So Bogarts is there. It was lined to second. I thought it was hit a little better than that. But they do manage a run on 2 hits, and they leave a base runner. Actually, they get 2 runs. So 2 runs, 2 hits, and they leave a base runner. And after 7, it is now Cleveland 5 and San Diego 1. And Junis will take a seat as Machado, Merrill, and Laureano will come up. So Jacob Junis is done. And they will go with, oh my. You're up 5-1. But you don't want this game to get out of, you don't want them back in the game. But who's up? You could go with Sobrowski. He's a left-hander. I mean, Machado can't win the game, so they're going to bring in Sobrowski here in the top of the 8th. Sobrowski will come in to pitch. I don't know if that's a mistake or not, but we're going to find out. Left-hander. 5 batters for Junis. 1 inning of work. Sobrowski is probably a 4-1. 4 batters, 1 inning, like most relievers nowadays. That's what he is. The left-hander will come in to face Machado. Here with nobody out, a 4-run lead for the Guardians. They still have plenty of bullpen there. Warming up right now is Gaddis, so if they need him, they'll bring him in. 2 strikes to Machado. Top of the 8th. Trailing 5-1. And he struck him out looking. Curveball. Second time they have gotten Machado to strike out looking, and that's 1 out. So that's a big out. And here's Merrill, who has struck out 4 times in this game. Or 3 times, I mean. Let's see what their bench looks like. I mean, they don't really have much, so they're going to just stick with Merrill. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball, right side of Rocchio, and he'll make the play, and that's 2 outs. So 2 outs for Sobrowski, and here's Laureano. 2 outs and 0 for 2 he has walked and he has stolen a base. 1-1 pitch. That is well hit to center field. Back goes Halpin, and he will not reach that one as Laureano sends one into the left center field stands. And that's a home run. And that will make the score 5-2 Cleveland. So Sobrowski gives up the home run, but there was nobody on, so the lead is still 3. And it'll be O'Hearn's turn, and I think, there's really nobody to put in, so O'Hearn will bat here with 2 outs. They got the first, or Sobrowski got the first 2 and then gave up that home run. So it's 5-2. And a full count to O'Hearn. Struck him out. He does manage to get out of the inning. Second strikeout this inning. A fastball got him. But they do get a run for San Diego on the home run by Laureano. And we're in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it's 5-2 Cleveland. It will be Naylor, Arraez, and Kwan to bat. Rodriguez is out there on the mound. Oh, I forgot to do this. Okay. All right. Here's Bo Naylor to bat against Rodriguez. The 0-1 pitch. Lined into left field. That'll be a base hit. So Bo Naylor leads off with a hit. He has driven in a run in this game on a sac fly. Now he has a base hit. And here's Reyes. He had a 2-run single that started the scoring for the Guardians back in the 4th inning. So here's Bo Naylor at first. They won't hold him at first. Reyes, will he bunt to try to get the runner to second? 1-1 pitch. Little number outside the mound, or outside the plate, and they go to second, and they get the out. So Furman gets the out at second on the fielder's choice. And that'll be the first out of the bottom of the 8th. And here's Kwan. Reyes at first with 1 out. I didn't know if he was out or not. That's why I paused, because I wasn't sure. 0 for 1, 2 walks for Kwan. Reyes at first. He holds. Fly ball, center field. Over to his left is Merrill, and that's the second out. 2 outs. And top of the order, Rocchio. He has walked twice. He has scored. He has been hit by a pitch. He has struck out. 2 outs, Reyes at first, as Rodriguez tries to end this inning. 1-2 pitch. Oh, he got hit again. He's been hit twice in this game. Ouch. So first and second with 2 outs, and here's Halpin to bat against Rodriguez, and I think they're going to go to the bullpen. So San Diego will go to the bullpen and get a left-hander. It'll be, is it going to be Morjan? We're going to bring in Morjan to pitch to get out of this inning without any damage or further. Well, they didn't have any damage so far, so any damage done to the score. So 2/3, wait a minute, let's see, 1 and 1/3. And Morjan is a 4-1, most definitely. He's being tasked to get this last out. All right, here's Morjan. Morjan is 2-0 in the playoffs. Here we go. He's tasked with getting this out. Halpin to bat. He is 1 for 4. He scored on a wild pitch his last time. First pitch. Grounded sharply down the right field line. It will go all the way to the wall. Here comes Reyes. He will score. And Rocchio will score. And that will be 2 on the double by Halpin. And it didn't matter, I guess. There's been quite a few opposite, like left-hander versus left-hander hits and things in this game. And there's another one for a 2-run double as Rocchio scores all the way from first. And it's now 7-2 Cleveland. So Halpin comes through. Morjan gives up the double. And here's Ramirez. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. That'll be the 3rd out. The damage was done. The 2-out double scores 2 for the Guardians, and we go to the 9th inning. And the score is Cleveland 7 and San Diego 2. Zabrowski will leave the game up 5 runs. They will go to the bullpen. Zabrowski is done. He faced 4 batters. Pitched 1 inning. And they will bring in, let's see, who's up? Bogarts, Furman, and Iglesias. Who do they want to close this game? They're going to bring in no, they're going to save Allard in case he's needed in the next game. Festa? They're going to bring in Festa to close out this game. They're up by 5. They still have Cade Smith in the bullpen. So any trouble, and they will go with him. So Festa will try to close out this game up 5 runs. So getting those 2 runs gives them a little more flexibility here. Because if it was only up by 3, Smith would probably come in and finish the game. So we'll see if Festa can get the innings over with. So here's Bogarts, Furman, and Iglesias to bat. Bogarts is 1 for 3 with a run scored. He has stolen a base. Here's Festa, the right-hander. He's pitched in 3 other of the playoff games. So here we go. Full count. Top of the 9th. Trailing 7-2. Struck him out on the outside corner. That's a good start for him. 1 out. Freddie Furman 0 for 3. Saving the bullpen. So that's a good thing. After the first 2 games that the bullpen got roughed up. And the 0-2 pitch comes to Furman, who's 0 for 3. That's flied out to deep right center field. Going back is Halpin, and he will look at it cross the fence. And that will be a solo home run for Furman. And it is 7-3. That was hit 391 feet into right center field. Draws the game to within 4. So Iglesias will bat. He has singled and he has walked twice. He has also stolen a base. So he is 1 for 1. With nobody out, 1 out. Sorry about that. 1 out. And here's Festa and an 0-2 pitch. Struck him out on the inside corner. A fastball, so 2 outs. No red light or danger yet. Up by 4. Now, if we get down to Machado, then we got trouble for Cleveland. So here's Tatis. He is 0 for 4. Facing Festa with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. And the first pitch to Tatis. That is line to center, and Alpin is on it and grabs it, and that's the 3rd out. So Festa does his job, closes out this game. The Padres get a run on 1 hit and nobody left here in the top of the 9th. And the final is Cleveland 7 and the Padres 3. And they have gotten themselves back into this series, winning a game, and they still trail in the series 2-1. But they didn't let it go to 3-0, which would have been nearly impossible. So they're still in this series. And they win this game 7-3. The bats woke up. The bullpen, for Cleveland, a little shaky, giving up the runs at the end of the game, but they still managed to win. So we will go to the recap and see where we're headed. So the recap here, as San Diego loses in Game 3, and now the series is 2-1 in favor of them. So Cleveland narrows the series down to a game, 2-1. And let's see who the winning or the player of the game is. This is going to be an interesting one. They don't give it to Cantillo, do they? Let's see if the computer... Oh, they give it to Michael King. Really? The losing pitcher gets the player of the game. Whatever, computer. I can't believe that. I mean, there were plenty of opportunities with other players on the Cleveland side. I mean, Sheeman should have gotten it. He had a double and a single. He was 2 for 4, and the first runs were driven in by Reyes with 2 runs in the 4th inning. But they give it to Michael King, who gave up 3 runs, pitched 5 innings. Even Cantillo was better than that. So the winning pitcher is Enright. He faced 4 batters. No hit, no save in this game. The losing pitcher is Michael King, but yet somehow he is the player of the game. Okay, it makes no sense, but that's the computer for you. So, let's see here. Let me finish up my scorecard here. So, let's see what we've got. 4 hours and 5 minutes of fake time. And the Guardians fans are happy. And in the hitting department for San Diego, 7 hits total. Cronenworth 2 hits and an RBI. Home run by Laureano. Home run by Furman. And singles or base hits by Bogarts and Iglesias. On the Cleveland side, Halpin, he had a double, single, 2 RBIs. Rocchio was on base 4 times, got hit by a pitch twice. He did score 2 runs. Manzardo 2 hits. Rodriguez a hit. Schneemann 2 hits. Naylor a hit. 2 RBI single for Reyes was key in the bottom of the 4th to get him started. So the final totals here in Game 3. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Cleveland Guardians. And the San Diego Padres, 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher is Enright, who's 1-0 in these playoffs. And Michael King is the loser for the Padres. He is 1-1. So we close out this game. Game 3. There really hasn't been a tight game yet. I think the first game was 4-1 San Diego. Let me look back. 4-1. Second game was 7-1 San Diego, and we have a 7-3 score here. So we really haven't had a quote-unquote close game in this World Series so far after 3 games. We'll see if that changes going forward. So let's leave this game and see where we're headed. All right, I can save. Is it saving? Save. Okay. All right, see where we're headed. I believe there will be a game on the October 28th game day. So we'll finish today and get to the next game. And he's always on there. I ignore it. And here's the game. In the next game, Game 4, it'll be Yu Darvish against Slade Ciccone. Darvish is 1-0 in the playoffs, 4.50 ERA. Ciccone, no decision, 6.23 ERA. They were able to hold the Guardians. They were able to hold back Allard to be able to pitch should Ciccone get into trouble. So they can go with 2 basically starters in the next game if they have to. But Yu Darvish is a pretty good pitcher for the Padres. So should make for a pretty good game as the Cleveland Guardians try to even this series at 2 in the next game. So that's about it for this. Really don't have anything else to say other than I look forward to the next game, see where this heads, and it'll be Game 4, so we won't have a sweep of the series by the Padres, and we will have to play at least 5 of this series. So right now we're not headed back to San Diego, but should the Cleveland Guardians win one of the next 2, we probably would head back to San Diego. So that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll get to it the next game. I might try to do it tomorrow. I don't know, or the next couple of days. But need to get this done, and want to do some other things. I've been stuck with this since I think the end of October. Played a lot of games. I have a lot of sheets of paper in front of me from way back at the beginning. I don't know how many sheets there are, but there are quite a bit of them. So played a lot of games, and we're down to the final 4, potentially, or less. So that's it for this installment of my reimagining of the 2025 playoffs using OOTP. And we'll see you next time with Game 4 of these World Series. Good night.